Built to enter places no ordinary vehicle could survive, RX-6 once guarded entire communities. Its 6 giant wheels and protected rescue bay carried survivors safely across shattered ground. Its reinforced plow cleared collapsed roads while its armored face protected crews from debris. Above, one telescopic crane once lifted trapped vehicles, broken beams, and emergency supplies. Inside its protected rear compartment, up to 30 people could be carried away safely. Years of heat, dust, and relentless missions slowly weakened one critical coolant manifold. During its final volcanic rescue, that weakened pipe ruptured and emptied the cooling system. The overheating V12 shut down, leaving the exhausted Guardian stranded as the lava reached it. Helicopters saved everyone, no lives were lost, but RX-6 remained forgotten for 15 years.
15 years ago, this machine carried me from the eruption. Today, I came back.
I became a mechanical engineer because I never forgot the Guardian that saved us.
Our first task was proving the ground and the weakened structure were stable enough. We marked a wide exclusion zone and planned every cut before moving one stone. The excavators removed loose ash first, keeping their buckets away from the weakened armor. Hardened basalt gripped the blade, wheel hubs, and lower chassis like reinforced concrete.
Near each wheel, we used diamond cutting and hydraulic splitting to prevent further damage.
Steel plates and recovery shoes supported all 6 burned wheels as the last rock released.
We connected the tow frame only to the original reinforced points beneath the armored nose.
Twin winches moved RX-6 slowly, while we watched every load and movement by hand. After 15 silent years, the machine that once carried me was finally going home.
The recovery journey ended inside a sealed decontamination bay built for machines of this scale. Before washing, the team isolated the floor, drains, and fragile openings from contaminated runoff. Dry ash came first. Water too early would turn it into abrasive volcanic paste. Low-power scalers and hand chisels loosened basalt without striking the weakened armor or hubs. Every opening was protected. Ash inside the engine or hydraulic lines could destroy them again. Only after dry cleaning did warm water and neutral detergent expose the metal underneath. As filtered air dried the body, 15 years of corrosion and heat damage finally became visible. Cleaning revealed the damage, but structural repairs required the vehicle's weight to be safely unloaded. 8 mechanical stands accepted the chassis gradually, preventing a new twist during lifting. With all 6 wheels removed, the team could finally inspect every hub and load path. With all 6 wheels removed, the team could finally inspect every hub and load path. Dye penetrant exposed hidden heat cracks in the front crossmember and crane pedestal. Mechanical pull towers corrected the rear rails slowly, dial gauges checking every millimeter. The weakened crossmember was replaced with high-strength steel and new heat-resistant mounting gussets. Final measurements confirmed the rescued frame was straight, strong, and ready for the next rebuild. With the frame secured, the team could reach the power plant that failed 15 years earlier. Fluids were contained, connections marked by position, and the complete V12 removed as one module. Cylinder 7 was seized, main bearings heat marked, and both turbochargers were packed with ash. Manual gauges confirmed the block survived, while the damaged liner and bearings required replacement. A new liner, piston rings, and main bearings restored the engine's damaged lower assembly. The heads were resurfaced, valves reseated, and both turbochargers rebuilt with balanced rotating parts. The failed coolant manifold was redesigned in heat-resistant metal beside rebuilt pumps and coolers. Before receiving fuel, the rebuilt V12 was pre-lubricated and rotated by an external motor. The silent power module returned to its rails, ready for connections but not yet starting. The 6 burned wheels entered a separate bay where damaged rubber could be handled safely. Hydraulic bead breakers and cold shears removed the carcasses without igniting heat-damaged rubber. Dye penetrance showed 4 rims remained sound, but 2 contained cracks beyond safe repair. The unsafe rims were retired while 2 certified replacements matched the original dimensions. Every hub received new bearings, seals, and clean lubricant before returning to service. All 6 hydrostatic wheel motors were rebuilt, pressure-checked, and matched for equal response. 6 heat-resistant tires were mounted with a guarded hydraulic press, never with impact. Remote inflation confirmed stable beads, correct pressure, and undamaged sidewalls from behind steel barriers. At last, 6 restored wheels returned to the chassis, still unpowered but ready for motion. The vehicle could move again someday, but its rescue equipment still carried 15 years of damage. The single crane revealed corroded pins, split hoses, and a dangerously frayed lifting cable. 4 telescopic sections were cleaned, measured, and rebuilt with new wear pads and seals. A new cable, restored cylinders, and hardened pins returned the crane to its pedestal. The front blade was heat warped, with one lift arm bracket cracked beneath the old rust. Controlled presses straightened the blade before a new abrasion-resistant cutting edge was installed. Rebuilt lift arms and hardened pivot pins returned the blade to its original protective position. Corroded doors, damaged seats, and contaminated ventilation parts were removed without disturbing the structure. Restored doors, clean air filtration, and protected seating made the rescue compartment ready again. The electrical system was rebuilt with heat-resistant wiring, sealed connectors, and protected routing. Fuel, cooling, exhaust, and hydraulic circuits were connected and checked without starting the engine. The fractured cockpit glass was stabilized, lifted intact, and removed without dropping a fragment. New laminated glass and simple analog controls restored vision without depending on fragile technology. Before paint, every surface was stripped, treated, and masked around working components. Corrosion-resistant epoxy primer sealed the repaired steel against moisture, ash, and future heat. Graphite black, burnt orange, and heat shield silver returned the Guardian's unmistakable identity. Restored armor panels and 2 front lights completed the exterior, though every system remained dark. For the first time in 15 years, RX-6 looked ready, but appearance still required proof. 6 roller cradles, 8 safety stands, and 4 restraints prepared RX-6 for powered testing. After 15 silent years, the rebuilt V12 reached a steady idle without smoke or leakage. The first traction test exposed one fault. The middle right wheel responded slower than the others. Metallic residue trapped its compensation valve, restricting flow without damaging the rebuilt motor. After cleaning and recalibration, all 6 wheels rotated forward at the same controlled speed. The rollers were locked and all 8 stands removed, returning the vehicle's weight to its wheels. RX-6 moved under its own power for the first time since the eruption. The rebuilt blade pushed a controlled gravel bank while the chassis remained level and stable. The restored crane lifted its water ballast smoothly, with no pressure loss or drift. Braking, steering, and rough ground trials confirmed the Guardian was mechanically ready for duty.
This morning, RX-6 was no longer a restoration project. It was a rescue vehicle again. Our first call came from a mountain road blocked after a powerful earthquake. Everyone was safe, but the only route to their shelter remained completely buried. I lowered the rebuilt blade and watched the Guardian open the road it was built for. The restored crane removed the heaviest obstruction without losing pressure or shifting the chassis. With the passage open, we finally reached the people isolated beyond the landslide. For the first time in 15 years, people entered its protected compartment, trusting it again. RX-6 carried everyone safely to the base, completing its first mission without a single fault. 15 years ago, it saved me. Today, we gave this Guardian another chance to save others.